Today we're dealing with less clearance, a lot less clearance than what I'm used to. I damaged multiple parts of my brand new Altitude 250 Land Cruiser Prado. Oh, during the most in-depth off-road testing I've done so far. Not good.
Dent the rim a bit as well, mate.
City car on the rocks, sway bar disconnect, high speed and low speed. Does it work?
And the Prado in a flex-off versus a solid axle vehicle.
Clearance issues, weaknesses and surprising strengths.
Rear locker versus crawl control. What's better?
The hill that caught the Prado.
You want to know how good or bad the new 250 Prado is? Well, you've come to the right place. Everything started here. Today's plan is to keep the vehicle in one piece. It's always the plan, really. This is the infamous modified hill. It's challenged many modified 4x4 vehicles, and I've used this hill for many of my test drives. Some did it with ease, and others not so easy. Every single time we come back here, it always changes. This hill's never been bulldozed, never gets flattened, degraded. Every single time it gets worse and worse. Just judging by even this step here, that's changed a lot. With the track in worse condition, will the Prado make it the whole way? I did the first bit quite easy. Get the camera view on. That's a cool camera view. So I can actually see where I'm putting my wheels.
The cameras are all around the Prado and create a real-time view of what's around.
This is what I wanted to try.
Will it help or will it give me a false sense?
Dragging on something. Ooh. I don't know what I'm dragging on there. I'm being very cautious at the moment.
It's evident clearance is going to be an issue all day.
I feel weird relying on these cameras. I mean, they are helping, but I feel like I should be paying attention on where I'm going instead. Now I've got the hole between. Oi! Felt that one. Let's have a look. It shows you can't rely on the cameras too much. I was in between looking out, looking at the camera. I just need to stay on that line a bit. So if I reverse, I'll be fine. I don't actually fit. At the time of bashing the underside of the 250, I was blaming my lack of concentration from the cameras. But if you have a closer look, what do you see? I see an all-terrain slipping. See, all-terrain tyres aren't the best for rock. Mud tyres are the best tyre to use on this type of rock. But on the same token, I could have avoided this by going extra wide.
At this stage, I feel the cameras are a distraction, or maybe I'm just using them too much.
Make sure the back wheels follow.
I'll try again once I feel more confident with the Prado. For now, let's check out the damage I've done already.
Oh, okay. That didn't hold up very well. I think it's come loose there too, has it? Yeah. That's plastic here. Still got heaps of sand in it from last one. Take a 70 series or a solid axle vehicle. They're kind of made for the bush, not great in the city. Where this is made for the city, not necessarily for the bush, especially this kind of stuff.
With its ongoing clearance issues, there is a high potential of damage still to come.
Not good.
Dent the rim a bit as well, mate.
But I wonder, does the off-road tech within the 250 Prado give it an edge in a different way?
This section of modified hill causes most four-wheel drives to lift their wheels as they're climbing it. Will the 250 Prado's sway bar disconnect make enough of a difference? That's the most damage I've done to a vehicle so far on this track. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, don't you slide in back end. No. It wants to slide. Holy
I've yet to count a single wheel lift.
nice. Like I got sway bar disconnecting, eh? When off-roading and driving, I notice a difference. But visually, on the other hand, it's very difficult to spot the difference. Side by side, doing the same line, can you tell which one has the sway bar disconnected in off-road mode and which still has it in normal mode? It's not that easy. If you look closer, you'll notice that one of the vehicles is bouncing slightly less than the other, but it's best explained by feel inside the cab. Sway bar is disconnected at the moment. Yeah, it catches the ground heaps quicker, hey. It stops me before it dips too much, which is great. Feeling wheels lifting a little bit more. What did that look like from there? I feel like the rear's leaving a lot more too. So it kind of affects the whole car, front and back. I'm actually reluctant to go on the same speed because all my gear's getting thrown around. Low speed sway bar testing wasn't the only thing I did. It goes in automatically even in four-wheel drive at a certain speed. Took it up to about 35 kilometers per hour, at which point we found it reconnected itself. And the same thing happens when you take it onto the bitumen. It's reconnected itself in two-wheel drive, so it did it automatically. Grabbed the wheel and I kind of did that to see what it will feel like, and at that point, it reconnected. So what about up to 30 kilometers per hour? Is it worth using? Just being able to flog it along in high range even, and it just absorbs it, just makes the ride more comfortable. But again, we did a side-by-side comparison, and this time you cannot tell the difference, but you can feel it inside the vehicle. We even tried it on the beach over some seaweed. It worked a treat there too. So you reckon it flexes more than a 70?
Mate, a bed frame flexes more than a 70. I feel you need to bring the 70 here and we see them side by side.
So you're not sure?
So hard to tell, I reckon.
When Chris answered that question, he was thinking of my 76 series.
I feel you need to bring the 70 here.
It doesn't have to be the 76 series. It can be any 70 series. He has no idea what he just got himself into.
Am I about to tip?
No, it just feels like you're in a 70. Keep going.
I'll get out of here.
No. And you're about to come down.
Oh, Nelly. Oh, that really clenches you, doesn't it? That angle.
Don't bounce the brake, just keep going. Trust it.
Oh, no.
Trust it.
I'm freaking.
Keep going, yep.
Whoa.
There you go.
Oh, that's freaky, man.
Does the Prado flex more than a 70?
Maybe a little bit.
Watching that, what has more flex?
What, than the Prado? Oh, Jesus, 70's useless.
You know what, I'm just gonna put the footage there and then you guys can decide which has more flex.
It looks cool though.
Keep going, yep. There you go.
It's just bloopy yoga.
Crawl control and software inputs to a vehicle, I've never been a fan of that. But let's give it a shot and see what it's worth.
Let's go as far as we can without crawl control. That's as far as we can go. Crawl control going uphill. I can override it by using my own foot. I don't like the sound it makes. It makes it feel like there's something wrong with the car. Again, the car's doing its own thing. It's very smooth, I have to say. It's quite fun at the moment seeing what the car does, but is it really full driving? Because the car's kind of doing its own thing. So I could see this being pretty boring when you're full driving after a while. I'm going to try the exact same thing again with the rear locker engaged and then just drive it. Whoa, what's the difference first of all? Crawl control, it does everything for you. It's a computer algorithm that senses when there's drive lost on a wheel. It'll put a bit of brake on that wheel, and then the drive and torque will still shift to the other wheel and keep you moving forward. The only thing you do is steer the vehicle and control on a knob how fast you want the crawl control to move. Whereas the diff locker just locks the rear axle, which means it's forcing power and torque to both sides. So no matter what, both wheels are going to rotate at the same rate and will keep traction at all times. The front, however, is still open on the Prado because it does not have a front locker. You are in full control of the steering, the pedals, everything. Whereas crawl control, all you really have input in is the dial down here and the steering wheel. Crawl control off. It doesn't work when the rear locker is engaged. So now it's all up to me. I'm controlling everything. ABS and everything gets shut off when you put the rear locker on, which means we're also entirely relying on the rear because the front might be up in the air and power and torque's just going to go out to least resistance. So whatever wheel is lifted in the air is where all the power is going to be escaping out the front. But with the rear being locked, it actually feels very much similar to crawl control, and we're not using the brakes at all. And it's more fun. There you have it. It's more fun not using crawl control. Crawl control going downhill is a different story. So it's completely doing this whole thing on its own. I am not touching anything, well, apart from the steering wheel. Turn it down a little bit. So that's up quite high. That was nearly at the max. This is the slowest it can go, like this. I mean, look how slow that is. That's pretty good. Dial it right up. This is max speed. And you can still override it by using the brake or the accelerator. So I have to admit it, it's good.
Along the way, I got myself more comfortable with the 250.
If you know how to drive it, it drives well. Although getting more comfortable, I was still finding the underside of the Prado time and time again. That's my main concern about this car is the clearance underneath. Like I've hit a lot of stuff today, like way more than what I'm used to hitting. Good as new. Oh, it's the exact same place I had the Ineos Grenadier 6 months ago on its first test. This corner, it may look easy, but it's actually quite difficult to get around without hitting that rock right there. Probably going to be bottoming out.
This is one of those key moments which pushed us closer to the reality check.
Should have a better turning circle in this car, so we'll find out. That scared the shit out of me. I can actually feel it in the cab.
That's not a very promising start.
Now all of a sudden, this section looks really tight. The Prado did require a rock as assistance. Road building. Thank you. Apart from a bit of road building, it was actually easier to get around the corner. Turning circle. Nice.
After gaining that confidence, I decided to push it a little bit further.
Mission, get to the top without mincing too much of the car up.
A place I was worried about taking the Ineos Grenadier up not that long ago.
Problem is getting there.
The Prado 250's turn.
One wheel up, nice and steady. Next wheel up, I get the back up. Let's this way a little bit. That's incredible. We want that wheel to go over those rocks. I'm actually using the camera now because I cannot see anything. Front's up exactly where I want them. It's just a front mud flap. That camera came in handy so much. That was really cool. Much easier than I expected. I only touched the mud flap. I'll take full credit of taking a good line there. Yeah, I'm surprised. I used the camera a lot on the way up. Normally I'm stopping, I'm like, how am I looking? Am I going to hit something? Didn't have to do that at all. Was I a little bit nervous? Hell yeah, because I don't want to dent the car. I mean, if you look at the dash plate underneath now, it's looking pretty bad. Looking pretty sorry for itself, but it did it up those boulders, and that's what I was worried about today. Not bad for a city car, for a shopping trolley. All right, off to soccer practice it is. But we're taking a shortcut.
We're at a pivotal moment where the Prado has actually impressed me quite a bit today. I don't need to push it any further. Or do I?
This section I'm about to drive, it actually looks bad from here, but it looked alright when I walked it, and that's the thing. Different angle will show different things. Very doubtful at the start. After that drive back there, feeling way more confident in the vehicle, but it still has limitations. Yeah, clearance might be an issue on that thing. Climbing 3 things at once there. 3 wheels met something at the same time. Here we go, up. Oh, thank goodness it held. What happened? Oh, did that dent the car?
What's Ronnie done here? Oh, Nelly.
Oh,
Oh,
the car slid to the side, didn't it?
I didn't actually see it.
The rock actually fell back.
Oh, did it?
Just let me try and loosen
Is
up
the
a bit.
side step bent up into the door?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't see it. Yo, not good, not good. I really hope it hasn't touched the car. Well, clearly it's touched the car. I hope it hasn't touched the bloody panel. Can I open my door or give you a hand?
No. You're not getting out of there, man.
What do you mean?
Scary.
That's what I'm looking at.
What's he done?
I wasn't worried until I saw Ryan's face and I was like, oh,
That looks pretty conventional way of getting out of the car, Ronnie.
Jesus Christ.
What are you, Dukes of Hazzard?
I've actually separated it. I'm so lucky I didn't mess up my doors or my sill. So lucky. Immediate changes that need to happen. Rock sliders, definitely. Otherwise, I'm gonna push it too much because that's as far as I can probably push it. I can open my door.
Then there's the obvious change for obvious reasons.
This thing is lacking so much clearance.
But that's not the only changes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'll polish out. My new 250 Land Cruiser Prado is due for its 1000k checkup, but it might be a little bit awkward. And I'll find out the true extent of the damage underneath. That's as far as I can get it. What did I actually use today in the vehicle, in the full drive system? Immediate changes that need to happen to this Altitude 250 Land.